American Idol contestant Jazzy Mae has spoken out since freezing up on stage and forgetting the lyrics to the song she was singing. This is something that Jazzy was embarrassed by. However, the nerves just got to her and fans cannot blame her for feeling this way. Since the incident that aired last night, she has spoken out on her journey and the situation that happened. Keep reading to find out what she had to say about it all. Jazzy Mae freezes on stage, gets eliminated. Jazzy Mae was a contestant on American Idol. On last night's episode of the show, the contestants were in Hollywood. During these performances, they sing in front of the three judges and a live audience. Jazzy was singing Gunpowder and Lead by Miranda Lambert. However, during her performance, she forgot the lyrics several times and froze. She would look wide-eyed into the audience and just look lost. Not all of this aired on television. However, at the end of her performance, she ran off stage in tears. Jazzy was so upset by her performance. Producers were seen chasing her, trying to calm her down, while other contestants debated whether to comfort her or not. She speaks out about her performance on American Idol. Jazzy Mae has spoken out about her performance on American Idol. This is something that fans did not know if she would do after she was embarrassed. Thank American Idol for such an amazing journey this season. I seriously never thought this dream would ever come true. But here we are. Thank you to everyone for supporting me. It seriously means the world to me. Even though this performance didn't go the way I planned, I had the best time in Hollywood and this experience was such a blessing. The nerves were real, the stress was intense, and I gave it everything I had. I love all the contestants I got to meet. They have been the kindest friends and the talent is incredible this season. Being able to sing in front of and meet Carrie, Luke, and Lionel was unreal. I thank my family for believing in me. This has been the experience of a lifetime. By the way, I'm just getting started, so y'all stick around for the ride. This song has seriously meant the world to me throughout my entire music journey, Girl Going Nowhere. It seems Jazzy Mae is grateful for her experience. However, she was nervous and it was her first time performing in front of a live audience. Jazzy did a great job. However, in the end, she couldn't move on. Although she had a tough time on the show, it helped her grow as a person and an artist. Introduction. In the glittering world of American Idol, where dreams flicker and shine brighter than the stage lights, few moments encapsulate both the vulnerability and strength of an artist as the night Jazzy Mae froze on stage. An aspiring singer with a voice that could melt hearts, Jazzy had always been the embodiment of confidence. However, the pressures of live performance can sometimes turn even the most stalwart musicians into a bundle of nerves. This piece delves into the psychology of performance, the behind-the-scenes of American Idol, and Jazzy's profound journey after that unforgettable moment. Chapter 1. The Spark Ignites. Jazzy Mae grew up in a small town nestled between rolling hills, where music flowed through her veins like the crisp river nearby. Raised by a single mother who worked 2 jobs, Jazzy learned early on that dreams are woven from determination. Her mother's soulful voice filled their tiny apartment, echoing the jazz records that spun late into the night. Jazzy would often sit curled up on the couch, eyes closed, as she absorbed every note, every heartfelt word. In high school, she blossomed in the choir, captivating her peers with her rich, velvety voice. Teachers noticed her potential, and by the time she was 15, she was performing at local cafes, captivating audiences with covers of classic jazz and R&B songs. Aspiring to attain the heights of her idols, Jazzy dreamed of stepping onto the grand stage of American Idol, where she could showcase her talent to the world. Chapter 2. The Idol Auditions. The day Jazzy received her audition invitation felt surreal. With shaking hands, she called her mother, who screamed in delight on the other end. They spent hours preparing, selecting the perfect song, Summertime by Ella Fitzgerald, a timeless nod to her jazz roots. As Jazzy practiced in her room, she felt an electric mix of excitement and anxiety coursing through her. Despite the whirlwind of emotions, Jazzy's audition day arrived, and stepping into that audition room made her heart race. The judges, faces of her dreams, sat before her. With a deep breath, she closed her eyes, letting the music embrace her. She sang, pouring her soul into every note. The judges looked impressed, nodding along, tears glistening in their eyes. When the final note lingered in the air, jubilant applause erupted. Jazzy had made it. But the excitement was soon overshadowed by an undercurrent of self-doubt. The weight of expectations loomed large. Chapter 3. The Climb. As the weeks passed, Jazzy advanced through the competitive rounds of American Idol. Each performance rained accolades and whispers of potential fame. However, with each success came pressure. The pressure to showcase perfection, to outshine previous performances, and to never expose any cracks beneath her polished exterior. Rehearsals were rigorous, often leading Jazzy into a spiral of anxiety. She worked with vocal coaches and performance psychologists, yet nothing seemed to quell the rising tide of nerves. Each time she stepped in front of the audience, cordial, bright, and encouraging, the stakes felt impossibly high. Preparing for her next live performance, Jazzy took solace in the routines her mother instilled in her. She listened to her favorite jazz records and would often close her eyes, visualizing the performance. But as the day approached, the looming fear of failure clenched her heart. Chapter 4: The Freezing Moment. The night of the live performance arrived, and the atmosphere buzzed with palpable excitement. Jazzy stood backstage, cradled in the shadows of the towering stage lights, her heart pounding. Fans cheered, music enveloped the room, and cameras rolled. Feeling the weight of so many eyes on her, she took a deep breath and stepped into the limelight. The spotlight glared like a sunbeam, and the audience cheered louder. As she began her song, something indescribable happened. Mid-note, she felt an overwhelming wave of panic flood her mind. All her practice, all her preparation, vanished. The words slipped away like water through her fingers, and for a moment, she froze, trapped in a cacophony of doubts and fears. Time seemed to elongate as her mind raced. The judges watched, concern evident on their faces, while the audience, initially supportive, fell into an uneasy silence. Suddenly, Jazzy snapped back to reality. She regained her composure, albeit shaken, and finished her performance with all her might. Yet that moment of freezing haunted her, casting a shadow over her talent. Chapter 5: After the Freeze. The show transitioned to commercial break, and Jazzy fled backstage, the adrenaline still pumping through her veins. Her heart ached with disappointment, and tears stung her eyes. The supportive "well done" of the crew felt hollow. All she could hear was the echo of her freeze reverberating in her head. In the following days, social media exploded with comments and opinions about her performance. Some fans expressed concern, while others were supportive. Jazzy found herself engulfed in a storm of emotions: embarrassment, frustration, and fear of judgment. Would this moment define her? Determined to confront her fears, she decided to open up publicly. Jazzy organized a press conference, inviting both fans and media to hear her story firsthand. The moment felt daunting, yet empowering. Chapter 6: A Vulnerable Voice. At the press conference, Jazzy looked out into the sea of faces, some filled with curiosity, others with sympathy. Taking a deep breath, she stepped up to the microphone, shaking slightly. "Thank you all for being here," she began, her voice quivering but resolute. "I want to talk about what happened during my last performance. For those who don't know, I froze on stage. It was one of the most terrifying experiences of my life." Pausing, she gathered her thoughts. As artists, we often carry immense pressure to be perfect, especially in live performances. But I am here to say that we are human. We have our fears and insecurities. I let anxiety cloud my ability to perform in that moment, and it taught me something valuable about vulnerability. The audience listened intently as Jazzy spoke candidly about her journey, her past experiences with anxiety, and how she had navigated those troubled waters. Sharing the importance of mental health in the arts seemed to resonate deeply with many present. This incident will not define who I am as an artist. Instead, it's a part of my journey, a testament to my growth. I'm learning to embrace the imperfections. The room erupted in applause, and Jazzy felt a wave of relief wash over her. In that moment, she realized she wasn't alone. She had the love and support of fans who understood. Chapter 7: Redefining Strength. In the days that followed, Jazzy dove back into her craft with a renewed perspective. She surrounded herself with a supportive network of fellow contestants, vocal coaches, and friends who shared their own fears and vulnerabilities. Instead of solely focusing on perfect performances, she channeled her energy into telling her story through her music. To mark her journey of redemption, Jazzy began writing a new song aptly titled Unfrozen. Each lyric revealed her struggles, the fear of judgment, and the beauty of rising again. She infused elements of jazz and soul, reflecting her roots, and restored the essence of joy in her songwriting. Chapter 8: The Comeback Stage. The next performance arrived, and Jazzy walked out, heart racing but energy soaring. This time, she took a moment to glance at the audience, her fans. With a smile, she began her new song. The stage felt less like a spotlight isolating her and more like a platform connecting her with her audience. Each note felt liberating, and the memories of freezing faded with every lyric. The crowd erupted in cheers, and Jazzy basked in the connection she felt, free from the shackles of anxiety. When she finished, there was a moment of awe-filled silence before the audience erupted in thunderous applause. It was a cathartic release as she realized the power of vulnerability and authenticity. Chapter 9. The Ripple Effect. Jazzy's journey became a beacon of hope for many inspiring artists struggling with performance anxiety. She began advocating for mental health awareness in the entertainment industry. Jazzy was featured in articles and podcasts discussing her experience, promoting the message that no artist should feel alone in their battles. Her newfound purpose encouraged others to share their vulnerabilities, creating a ripple effect across social media platforms. Within weeks, the conversation around mental health and performance and the arts gained momentum, opening dialogues previously thought taboo. Chapter 10. A new chapter. With renewed zeal, Jazzy began touring, performing not just her original songs, but also hosting workshops on confidence and vulnerability for aspiring artists. The stage that once felt daunting transformed into a sanctuary, a space of self-expression rather than judgment. In every city, she connected with fellow artists and fans, sharing her story and listening to theirs. Conversely, each interaction reinforced her belief in the power of community, of feeling seen and heard. As Jazzy's second single topped the charts, she realized that her journey wouldn't stop here. The voice that once struggled to express itself now empowered others to embrace their stories, flaws and all. Conclusion. The symphony of resilience. In the world of American Idol, the glitz and glamour can often mask the vulnerability behind the performances. Jazzy Mae's story reflects an essential truth. The artistry of music lies not only in the flawless performances, but in the imperfections and struggles of the human experience. Through embracing vulnerability and speaking out about her struggles, Jazzy transformed her freezing moment into a powerful catalyst for change. She turned anxiety into art and doubt into determination, creating a symphony of resilience that resonated far beyond the stage. Jazzy Mae continues to be not just a singer, but a voice for artists everywhere, reminding them that they are not alone in their struggles and that the true beauty of performance lies in the courage to stand up, even when faced with the fear of freezing.